Hey guys, Alvin here with Darkroom Media, and in this video we're going to talk about why I upgraded my 80D for my 5D Mark IV. Alright, we'll start with number one. Basically, a 80D is an APS-C sensor or a crop sensor. Our 5D Mark IV is a full frame sensor, meaning it's a larger sensor. To a lot of people that doesn't really mean a whole ton, a lot of sense. I shoot a lot of video content in fitness studios, and in a lot of times there are some tight spaces. So my field of view is always I'm always challenged with an APS-C sensor. You have a 1.6 crop on whatever lens that you have. So if you have a 24mm lens, it's essentially a 40mm field of view. And if you're in a tight space, that kind of can be a little bit troublesome. You have to get a little bit further away from your subject and you don't see as much. Whereas in a full frame, you have a couple of extra inches on each side, which doesn't seem like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, when you're really trying to get that shot and you're in a tight space, it's a lot easier for you to do that. Number two, we're going to kind of touch back on the sensor size again. Another one of the benefits to having a larger sensor is better in low light. The 80D is an amazing camera. I love it. I actually honestly was amazed at what it was able to do. But if it is dark or you're limited to ambient light inside a space, you might as well leave that camera at home. It was no good at all. Versus this thing, what I've been able to get out of it in low light situations is no less than amazing. And I don't even think that I'm unlocking all the potential of the camera yet. Low light, big plus. 3, latitude and post. So the quality of the images that come out of this camera, the 5D Mark IV versus the 80D, are unfortunately different, noticeably different. And that's something that you notice in post. Now, the images that come off of the 5D are a higher quality, meaning I'm able to push them one way or another a little bit more before they fall apart or get muddy or ugly. Versus the 80D, I feel like if I don't get it in the right way, if it doesn't come in to post the right way with subtle changes, then it looks awful, falls apart, the video becomes unusable. I feel like I can get a little bit more out of this guy. Number 4, 4K. Now, the 5D Mark IV only has the Motion JPEG 4K codec. And if you're watching this video, then you probably already know that a lot of YouTubers and reviewers have like kind of shit on that codec. I understand why. The files are massive, like massive, they're huge. That being said, the images are amazing. The colors are amazing. If you're willing to deal with that part of it, it's worth it to have. Now, I don't shoot 4K very often. I only do it in specialty situations. One, because of storage, and it definitely kind of bogs my computer down. But when you do have it, I like the ability to be able to crop into the image, bring the image down if you need to, create some weird or some different kind of movement with the images. Even though I don't need it, it's nice to know that I have it, and what I do have does look amazing. Last but not least, the last reason is going to be having a log profile. It is the best way to get all of the information onto the camera without the camera taking away or stripping away any information, whether that be color information, sharpness, contrast, things of that nature. It gets it's the most information you possibly can get. What allows you to stylize your video a little bit better. I do have my own preset that I like to keep on the camera, but for paid jobs, having that log profile is really helpful, because it really does let me stylize the video the way that I feel like it should be. So real quick, just to kind of give you a quick recap, more so for me than anything, 5 reasons why I upgraded my 80D to 5D Mark IV. 1, field of view. 2, larger sensor means better low light. 3, overall quality and ability to push the video in post. 4, 4K. I don't use it that often, but it's nice to have. And 5, having a log profile in the camera, a legitimate Canon's log profile in the camera. Erykah Badu said it best: I'm an artist and I'm sensitive to all my shit.